Hello and good morning, all you Toronto Blue Jays fans, and welcome to Victory Wednesday because that's right. Yes, we won a game last night, so and all things are well in Jays Nation after an epic comeback. But first things first, we get to talk some Blue Jays fandom and what you all keep doing and all the wonderful fun that is the being a Toronto Blue Jays fan, especially in the year 2025. In case you all didn't know, or you haven't had the privy of being, in the now, in the ballpark, all that kind of good stuff. Tuesday night has always been Looney Hot Dog Night over the last few years, and the Toronto Blue Jays consume a lot of hot dogs on Tuesday nights, the fans, that is. Um, we have a new record, everybody. So, congratulations, Blue Jays fans. Um, the final count at the stadium was 86,615. Wow. Good stuff. Our buddies from my other show, the Jaybird Watching Podcast, the Looney Dog Kings, the guys that always dress up like the hot dogs, and seem like their little group has been just multiplying and whatnot. The Looney Dog Kings have posted this up, so very fun, very cool. Like I said, something silly, but that is baseball. Congrats to everybody. Like I said, that's a fun one. And an epic game to be watching everything in as well. So let's dive right into that one because Shane Bieber, yeah, I almost said Justin. Um, what performance? Because in all reality, this is a rough outing for Shane Bieber, and this could have went very lopsided, very awkward. It could have been a big ding for the Blue Jays fans. Only allows 3 earned runs over 5 2/3 while giving up 9 hits and a walk. So he scatters those 9 hits so that the Toronto Blue Jays can stay in this game. And what a performance! Because, like I said, that is not an easy feat to scatter that many base runners and then still be able to come out on top. He did not get the win, but in the midst of this, like I said, he did a very good job of just keeping everything under control for what turned into a Toronto Blue Jays comeback in epic fashion, mind you. So in the first inning, it got dug really quickly. This hole, Shane Bieber gives up a 2-run blast after Jeremy Pena had singled. Carlos Correa hits his 12th home run of the season, and this is exactly why the Houston Astros wanted their old guy back. Correa obviously meant to be the extra little piece, the catalyst, whatever it might be, to help drive this team in the right direction for the Houston Astros. He has been doing his part, playing third base, which he hadn't been doing. He's been scoring runs. Correa's been a threat. It's as simple as that. He looks like he's finally healthy, which he has not been in a bit. So, on that note, 12th home run of the season off of Shane Bieber just to start the game off in the first inning. So, the Blue Jays already in the hole. You have to flash forward all the way to the 6th inning for Bieber to allow the next run. And it was Yandy Diaz. Oh, sorry. Yanier Diaz, not Yandy. Yandy on the Tampa Bay Rays. Yanier on the Astros. And he hits a double that scores Jose Altuve and puts the Astros up 3-0. And that would be where their scoring is limited. On that, like I said, that closed the book on Bieber. Yerod, Yariel Rodriguez, Brandon Little, Tommy Nance, and Sir Anthony Dominguez come in to continue that trend of no runs, no scores, no nothing after that, and locked this thing down. That was very encouraging yesterday because this bullpen was facing a very good team, and the Blue Jays were able to hold them in their place. Eventually, in extra innings, Jeff Hoffman picks up his 9th win of the season and pitches a scoreless with no strikeouts 10th inning. That was very interesting. So, on that note, let's keep moving along. Let's talk all things the rest of this game because this one got a little crazy. The Blue Jays were actually being no hit. It was what it was. Luis Garcia was pitching wonderfully through the first 2 innings, and then he actually got removed from this game. Elbow discomfort for the pitcher, who has been already struggling with all kinds of pitching issues, but he threw the pitch and he immediately waved the training staff to come out of the dugout for the Astros, and that would close the book on him, inning and 2/3 for Luis Garcia, and then it would pave way for AJ Blubaugh. So Blubaugh was unhittable for 3 1/3. So you talk about somebody coming in and picking up and moving the line for the Astros. Blubaugh did a wonderful job for that, holding the Blue Jays in check through 3 1/3, one walk and 4 strikeouts in that time period. And then the Los Santos is on the hill to start the 6th inning. Finally, we break through, and it is off of the bat of none other than George Springer. His 28th home run of the season. It was a monster shot, and monster might not actually accurately summarize how far this damn ball goes. 450 over 450 feet, and it just ignited the ballpark, the team, everything. This got it going. It was the let's frickin' go for the Toronto Blue Jays in the lineup. Springer offering that catalyst to get this team going, and that it was only a solo blast, but it would eventually pave the way for them battling over those remaining innings. The Toronto Blue Jays would score 2 in the bottom of the 9th. Vladdy gets pumped up on the little boom 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 single and literally does the Jeff Hoffman celebration and all that kind of good stuff. Vladdy has been on fire over the last few days as well, 3 for 5. And we'll talk about the hitting streak that he is currently on, who is also just doing insanely good things over the last few days. Over the last 6 games, he is batting a mere 17 for 30, which is a 567 batting average. He scored 8 runs, he's hit 2 home runs, and he's had 5 RBIs. Vladdy is in fuego right now, cannot do wrong, and this is exactly what you want down the stretch. You want to get the best from your best. You got that with Springer. You got that with Vladdy. Unfortunately, we got the bad news right before this game that Bo Bichette will be on the injured list for the time being. Ernie Clement will be playing shortstop probably the bulk of that time, and IKF playing third. So, and that is where we're going next, party people. Isiah Kiner-Falefa, IKF, coming up monstrously clutch in his, basically a week rejoining the team. You talk about this clutch hitting and whatnot. This was clutch hitting. In the 9th inning, he was the one that scores 2 on a single. Ernie Clement, Tyler Heineman come around to score, and the Blue Jays tie it up on the over the infield single of IKF. And what a moment for him. I love the story here that he is back with the Blue Jays. During his post-game interview yesterday, you could tell he cannot be happier to be anywhere here. The old Buffalo Bills saying ran to mind and while I was saying this, and it might just be because I'm a Bills fan and it's the beginning of football season, and what an epic win we had in coming back in kind of almost true Blue Jays fashion the other night too. Where else would you rather be than right here, right now? And that is 100% the mantra that I think IKF is carrying around with him right now. And it is such a great saying, such a wonderful spot. And right now, Blue Jays fans, everybody, I don't think I can summarize it better than that saying of where else would you rather be than right here, right now. So, tie ball game, extra innings. IKF is coming up monstrously clutch. In the top of the 10th, what an epic play by Vlad Jr. to gun down Jose Altuve at what should have just been a single that had or not even a single, should have just been a fielder's choice that you get the runner out at first. Altuve is now standing on third and unfortunately ready to score at this time would have been how it would have went, and you never know what would have happened. But Vladdy fields the ball, guns that ball across the diamond, and just humiliates Jose Altuve, which made me feel pretty good because there's 2 things, obviously, monster Blue Jays fan, and as far as Major League Baseball players that I just cannot stand, it is 100% Jose Altuve because of certain cheating and weird things a million years ago that I just can't let go. So on that note, Altuve is just dead meat at the third base. There's no way in heck. He gets tagged out by Addison Barger at third, and it just was a rough thing. So at that point, everybody's even more fired up, because that was the easiest chance for the Astros to win, was move or at least put a run on the board in the 10th. Was that play right there not going the way that Vlad Jr. concluded that play? So Jeff Hoffman gets out of the inning unscathed, no crazy, nothing. Weird thing, like I mentioned, no strikeouts. That's not Jeff Hoffman. Maybe he's finally pitching to the play instead of goofing around with 50 other things. So we get out of this game and we're ready to go. And Tyler Heineman comes up monstrously clutch with the infield drawn in the 10th inning. And Miles Straw, the speedster, had no chance of being caught. The Blue Jays win, epic fashion, rip the shirt off of Heineman, have a heck of a walk-off situation. And it's just always funny to watch when they are doing their post-game interview in these situations. And I think Heineman's the first one I've seen with literally no shirt on in a while. But just wears the Gatorade, wanting it, just sitting there going, come on, let's go. And him and IKF become monster heroes in an epic outing for the Toronto Blue Jays. Another comeback victory for the Toronto Blue Jays. I believe that is now number 43. Yes, on the season of how many comebacks we get in this year. True resilience, true awesome. Oh, cannot say enough good things. So, what we got going on? Because there's more baseball to be played. We have 18 more games, everybody. Jose Barrios will be on the mound. And yes, I know I've said that Jose Barrios is going to be pitching for the third day in a row. So, just checking me. Blue Jays changed up the pitching rotation a little bit to let Bieber pitch yesterday on exactly a normal day's rest and kept things moving in the right direction. Jose Barrios will be taking on Jason Alexander. And no, I'm not talking about George Costanza. Jason Alexander has been up and down most of the season. He's got 14 games in his and 9 starts on the season and for a good 60 innings. Most recent couple of outings as starts, 3 earned runs in each of those performances and 2 in the one before that against the Baltimore Orioles, Colorado Rockies, and the New York Yankees. So the Blue Jays offense has a chance to take that momentum that George Springer had produced and give us some more victories. Only Dalton Varsho has a real outing against Jason Alexander, and it was a 1-for-3 performance. And he's got a home run underneath his belt in that that outing. So fun. Jason Alexander's 4.68 ERA will be truly tested tonight against the Toronto Blue Jays at the Skydome Rogers Center. So, on the mound again, supposedly. Jose Barrios will be out and hoping to stretch out what was a very short outing in his last one with only 2 innings. Currently sporting a 9-5 record, 4.02 ERA with 131 strikeouts. The machine has been doing very good for us again this year, and this could be an outing that he usually takes pretty good advantage of. He's been able to, over his career, hold most of these hitters in the Astros lineup pretty well in check. Jose Altuve has 23 at-bats against him, only 1 home run, 6 RBIs, and bats .304. When you look at the rest of the people that are projected to be in the lineup tonight, that is the best one of all, and by far. Carlos Correa, 12 career at-bats, batting .25, so on and so forth. So that is the one rough spot in this lineup, is Jose Altuve being the thorn in the side of many pitchers that he can be. So make sure you check it out. We're going to be live tonight on the Jaybird Watching podcast, so make sure you head over there and check that out. We have a fellow former Blue Jay and friend of the show, Bob File, will be joining us to talk all things Toronto Blue Jays baseball in the pennant race as a whole. So make sure you join us to chit-chat on that, and we will talk live with all of you as much as we can tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Otherwise, make sure you hit those like, share, subscribe buttons right here on Jay's Latest, and we will be here to talk all things Blue Jays with you every morning. Have a great day. Go Blue Jays.